Ever since I got into this business, I only wanted to be the voice of a team. And I always say, if you go in the general direction of your dreams, eventually something's going to show up that's going to speak to you. It started in my 20s because I was selling advertising, selling radio and TV commercials to businesses, local businesses in the Boston area. The way I got on the air is I bought an hour of time on a small little radio station south of Boston. And nobody was doing sports talk on the weekends back then. So I was doing a show called AM Sports. And it was my show, and it was terrible. Maybe nobody listened, but I was on the air. And then one Friday night, they had me fill in and do a high school football game. But at halftime of that game, I was hit by a lightning bolt, and I said, this is what I'm going to do. This is it. I'm going to broadcast games, and I will do whatever it takes to do it. And I made up my mind that night. So from then on, it all became about what is it going to take to be the voice of a team.
Now running to his right across the 50, 45, cuts inside.
Medea topside, fires the three, got it!
The Hurricanes win the national championship.
The 10, the 5, rock and roll, touchdown, Houston! 97 yards!
I worked for a small station in Pennsylvania in the middle of nowhere called Clearfield. And it was great because I was doing DJ work, I was doing news, sports, everything, high school, play-by-play. About a year later, I get the job for Central Michigan University as the voice of the Chippewas. That was it. That was the first time I was the voice of a team. And I really loved being associated with that university, being the guy, calling football, calling basketball. And it was a monumental break at the time.
Brian Pruitt and the CMU tailbacks are the beneficiaries of fine play by Brock Gutierrez and company on the CMU offensive line.
And the fake reverse now for Brown running right. Stopped at the 18-yard line. Give to the inside for King. Breaks over a tackle at the 30. Gets over the 35, the 40.
After 3 years there, I wanted to move up, and it was always difficult to move up. UMass at the time was not looking for a play-by-play announcer. They needed help on the business side. I have a business background. I started out selling advertising. I was actually selling some advertising at Central. So I made a presentation to UMass that I could run their network, sell the bulk of the advertising, but you got to give me the play-by-play job if I'm going to do this. And after much thinking on their part, they decided to give me the job.
I'm Marc Vandermeer, joined by News 40's Scott Coat.
At UMass, they were on top of the world at the time in college basketball, which was mind-blowing to everybody. And it's really the genius of John Calipari, everything he was able to do there. And I got to ride on that train with the Minutemen. And it blew my mind that I was at Central Michigan. We were 3-23 in basketball my last year there. I go from that to opening night, UMass taking on Kentucky, and we beat them and went to #1 that night. And it was just an incredible experience to ride that wave with the Minutemen. After a while, UMass starts to kind of go downward a little bit. My general manager actually left the radio station. I became the general manager of the station, play-by-play announcer. I was working 70, 80 hours a week, and it was not good for my health. But I really wanted to be in a situation where I could be in big-time college football, big-time college basketball, and big-time college baseball as well. And I chased down with a vengeance an opportunity at the University of Miami. There was a job opening there to be the play-by-play voice of the Hurricanes, and I knew that I was a long shot at best, but I put everything into it, all my sales techniques, every which way I could think of getting noticed in Miami. I did that. I flew down there on my own dime. I met the athletic director. I met the general manager, the program director. I didn't even have appointments with these people. I just waited them out in their waiting rooms. And eventually, they gave me the job as the voice of the Hurricanes.
Miami does it again. A 21-yard touchdown pass from Dorsey.
35-30, 25-20, right sideline, the 10, the 5, he's in! Kick out the jams! Clinton Portis, touchdown Hurricanes!
Now, I didn't know it at the time when I got that job, but little did I know that they would have the greatest assembly of talent in the history of college football. And I'd be calling games involving Andre Johnson, Ed Reed. It was a magical run with the Hurricanes to be there when they were winning the championship in '01.
The Hurricanes win the national championship. Miami beats Nebraska at the Rose Bowl, 37-14, their 5th national championship.
So I'm at the Hurricanes and things are going well. We're going into that 2001 season. And I knew the Texans were coming into the league and everything. And at the time I thought, the NFL is the top line of play-by-play. It really is. So when the NFL had an opening, because it's a new franchise, it was intriguing to me, but I was just at Miami for a couple of years. I was happy at Miami. And I got a call from somebody with the Texans organization. Do you want to be a candidate for this position?
We are ready to rock in Houston.
Eventually I got the job here with the Texans, and it was the thrill of a lifetime to know that I was coming to the National Football League and be the first guy in. It is beyond special for me to be the voice of a team, but to be the only voice that the team ever had in this business, I don't take that lightly.
Touchdown, Houston! David Carr to Billy Miller, the first touchdown in Texans history.
I came to Houston not knowing anything about Houston. I knew that I was part of sports history in this city, whether I was good or not. I was the voice of this new NFL franchise, and I sought out Gene Peterson. I sought out Milo Hamilton. These guys are legends in this city. And then I met Andre Ware. And Andre Ware and I formed a team that has been together since opening night, and he is a wonderful color commentator. We have a great sound together. And having John Harris on the sideline is like having Google on the sideline, except in an entertaining way. So I love our crew and the guys behind the scenes as well.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marc Vandermeer with Andre Ware and John Harris on the sideline. Welcome to our coverage of Houston Texans football.
When I was a kid, I used to dream about playing guitar at Madison Square Garden. I saw Led Zeppelin as a kid. Yes, I did. And I just wanted to do something like that. So the first time I broadcast a game at Madison Square Garden, I was blown away. I thought, my dream has come true. I was the voice of UMass. We played a game at the Garden, and I was doing my job at Madison Square Garden. You never know how your dreams will come true or how they will show up. You have to allow a wide berth there. And today, I'm in NFL stadiums every weekend, and it is the thrill of a lifetime. I am living my dream every day, every year. Every day I come to work in a football stadium, pinch me. This is a fantastic life, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Now running to his right across the 50, 45, cuts inside.
Medea topside, fires the 3, got it! The Hurricanes win the national championship.
The 10, the 5, rock and roll, touchdown, Houston, 97 yards. That one's for you, Bob.
It's over. The Texans have done it. They have beaten the Dallas Cowboys on opening night in team history, an historic night as the Houston Texans debut with a blast.
Andre Johnson, welcome to the playoffs. Rock and roll. The Texans win it. Touchdown. He's in. He's in. Magical. He does it again. Houdini.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to know when we post new content.